Hey friends, welcome to the fifth lesson of Alton Academy. In the previous lessons, you got familiar with cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and Web3, as well as security. Today, we're going to talk about how to store and transfer your cryptocurrency assets. Yes, because you need to store money in the crypto world too. How do you usually store your money? In a wallet or on a bank card? The methods were used to work with fiat money. But what about cryptocurrency? That's where cryptocurrency wallets come in to help. A cryptocurrency wallet is a digital wallet for storing, receiving, and sending cryptocurrency. Unlike a regular wallet, everything here is based on secret keys and the blockchain, which provides security and control. Without this wallet, you can't work with cryptocurrency. Today, we're going to talk about how to choose a wallet, how to use it, and what you need to know to safely store your cryptocurrencies. So, let's get started. Now, let's figure out what cryptocurrency wallets are and what types there are. There are two main types: hot and cold wallets. Now I'll tell you what the difference is. Hot wallets are the ones that are connected to the internet. They're convenient for frequent transactions because they're always connected to the network. Examples of such hot wallets include Tonkeeper, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, and many other mobile or desktop applications. With these wallets, you can quickly send and receive cryptocurrency, participate in DeFi projects, and connect to various services and platforms. On the other hand, we have cold wallets. These are devices or paper wallets that are not connected to the internet. For example, hardware wallets like Ledger or Trezor. These wallets are used for long-term storage of funds. They're safer because your keys are stored offline, making them impossible to steal over the internet. Now let's take a closer look at what each cryptocurrency wallet includes. Every wallet has two key elements. 1. Public key. This is the address where other people can send you cryptocurrency. It's like your bank account number. You can share it with others to receive funds. The second one is the private key. This is a secret code that gives access to your funds. If someone gets access to your private key, they can manage your funds. It needs to be kept secret. We discussed in detail the meaning and protection of the private key, as well as how to avoid losing it or having it stolen in the fourth lesson. So, what are the differences between hot and cold wallets? Let's take a look at the advantages and disadvantages. Convenience and speed. Hot wallets are always connected to the internet, which makes it easy and quick to send and receive cryptocurrency. Integration with services. Many hot wallets are integrated with various DeFi platforms, NFT marketplaces, and other services, making them convenient for active trading. Accessibility from any device. Mobile and web versions allow you to use wallets on your phone or computer, which is perfect for people who frequently make transactions. Disadvantages. Vulnerability to hackers. Since hot wallets are always connected to the internet, they can become targets for hackers. If someone gains access to your device or wallet, they can take your funds, which makes it less secure for long-term storage. Advantages and disadvantages of cold wallets. Advantages: maximum security. Since cold wallets are not connected to the internet, they are not at risk of hacking attacks. The private key is stored offline, which makes it much more secure. Since cold wallets are not connected to the internet, they are not at risk of hacker attacks. The private key is stored offline, which makes it much more secure. It's perfect for long-term storage. If you plan to hold your cryptocurrency assets for a long time, like for investments, a cold wallet is the best choice. Disadvantages: less convenient for frequent transactions. To make a transaction, you need to connect the hardware wallet to a computer or mobile device, which makes the process slower compared to hot wallets. Dependence on a physical device. If you lose your hardware wallet or forget your backup phrase, you could lose access to your funds forever. So, if you need to interact with cryptocurrency often and you want to get into DeFi trading or buy NFTs, the wallet of your choice. But if security and long-term storage are your top priorities, a cold wallet will be much safer. Now let's figure out how to send and receive cryptocurrency. To understand this process, imagine you're sending regular money, like sending cash to a friend through an ATM or transferring it to a bank card. In cryptocurrency, it's pretty much the same, except everything happens digitally and without the involvement of a bank. Imagine you want to send some Ton coins to your friend. To do this, you need to take a few steps. The first step is to get his wallet address, which works like a bank account number. A wallet address is a public key that you need to get from the other person to send them cryptocurrency. It's similar to the bank account number you use to transfer money. Now, to send cryptocurrency, you open your wallet and enter the recipient's address. It's like providing the account number for the transfer. The next step is to enter the amount of cryptocurrency you want to send. In the example with Bitcoin, if you want to send 5 tons, you just enter that amount in your wallet. After that comes the most important moment. You confirm the transaction. To do this, the wallet asks you to enter your private key to make sure that only you can send funds from your account. It's like entering a PIN code when making a transfer at a bank or using a card. Often, mobile wallets like ToneKeeper ask you to confirm the transaction using your fingerprint or Face ID. As soon as you confirm the transaction, it gets sent to the blockchain. It's a digital ledger where every transaction is recorded. Imagine that the blockchain is a huge public ledger that's accessible to everyone, showing who sent what and when. And the most important thing is that transactions in the blockchain cannot be changed. This makes cryptocurrency transfers completely safe and transparent. Once the transaction is in the blockchain, it needs to be confirmed. To ensure that no one can tamper with the data, the network locks the transaction in blocks. And the more confirmations there are, the safer the transaction is. But besides that, it's important to understand that each cryptocurrency operates on its own network, and it's crucial to know how to choose the right network when transferring funds. For example, if you want to send Ethereum tokens, you need to make sure you're choosing the Ethereum network, not, say, Binance Smart Chain. If you choose the wrong network, your funds could be lost because the blockchains won't be able to understand each other and the transaction just won't go through. This is how it works. Each network has its own unique protocols and standards. In the Bitcoin network, it's Bitcoin. In the Ethereum network, it's Ethereum. And in the Binance Smart Chain network, it's tokens created according to the BP20 standard. It's not just important to choose the right cryptocurrency, but also the right network for sending it, otherwise your funds could just disappear. Always check the transfer details to avoid mistakes. So let's summarize. How does sending cryptocurrency work? First, we enter the recipient's address. It's like an account number. Second, we enter the amount to be transferred. Third, we confirm the transaction using the private key. It's like your PIN code for accessing your funds. Fourth, the transaction is recorded in the blockchain, which guarantees its transparency and security. That's it. The process is complete. As you can see, sending cryptocurrency is simple. It's important to remember that blockchain provides security and transparency. Every transfer is recorded like in a public ledger. Now you can confidently send and receive cryptocurrency knowing that everything will be safe. Now let's talk about an important point, which is the transaction fee. When you send cryptocurrency, you need to pay a small amount for processing the transaction. This amount is called the fee, and it can vary depending on a number of factors. Fees are calculated differently for different cryptocurrencies and depend on the network congestion. For example, if there are a lot of transactions in the Bitcoin network, the fee will be higher because the blockchain has to process a large amount of data. In the Ethereum network, everything depends on the complexity of the contracts and the number of operations that need to be carried out. The more people are trying to make a transaction at the same time, the higher the fee will be, since the network is congested and you have to compete for a spot in the next block. If you want your transaction to go through faster, you can pay a higher fee to prioritize your operation. For example, if you're sending bitcoins, the fee can be low if the network isn't busy. But if you want to make a transaction faster, like during high congestion, you'll need to pay more. Now, let's figure out what a transaction confirmation is. When you send cryptocurrency, the transaction isn't complete until it gets enough confirmations. A confirmation is the process where the network verifies that your transaction is correct and cannot be reversed. Every transaction has to be recorded on the blockchain, and once it gets into a block, it receives its first confirmation. The more confirmations there are, the more secure the transaction is. For example, if you've sent cryptocurrency and it has received 6 confirmations, that means the network has checked it several times, and the chance of the transaction being reversed is very low. Confirmations are important because they ensure security. Each new block in the chain confirms that the transaction was successful and cannot be reversed. The number of confirmations needed for a particular transfer depends on the cryptocurrency and the conditions. So, what have we learned? Fees are the charge for processing a transaction on the network. They can vary depending on network congestion and how quickly you want your transaction to go through. A confirmation is the process of the network checking the transaction to make sure everything went right. The more confirmations there are, the safer the transaction is. Now let's talk about some common mistakes that beginners often face when using cryptocurrency wallets. Unfortunately, in the crypto world, mistakes can be costly, and it's important to know how to avoid them. One of the most common mistakes is losing your private key. A private key is like your personal password or PIN code that gives you access to your funds. If you lose it, you won't be able to regain access to your wallet, and your money could be lost forever. This is one of the main reasons why it's so important to keep your private key in a safe place. Another common mistake is sending funds to the wrong address. Unlike traditional bank transfers, cryptocurrency transfers can't be reversed. If you mess up the address, the funds will go nowhere, and you won't be able to get them back. So always double-check the recipient's address before sending. Another important mistake that beginners often make is choosing the wrong network for transfers. For example, you want to send Ethereum tokens, but you choose the Bitcoin network. Such mistakes can lead to loss of funds, as each cryptocurrency operates on its own network and has unique addresses and protocols. Always make sure you've selected the right network that supports the cryptocurrency you're sending. To avoid such problems, here are a few tips. First, make backups of your private key or recovery phrase. Write them down on paper and keep them in a safe place away from the internet. This will help you regain access to your wallet if something goes wrong. Second, use two-factor authentication to enhance the security of your wallet. This will add an extra layer of protection. Third, never share your private key with others and don't store it online. Backups can be in different formats. On paper, in a special hardware device like a hardware wallet, or even as encrypted files. The main thing is that they shouldn't be stored in one place, especially online. Remember, cryptocurrency is your personal responsibility. Properly storing your private keys, being careful when sending funds, and creating backups are your main security tools. If you follow these simple rules, your assets will be safe. Well, friends, let's summarize. Today we learned that cryptocurrency wallets are your personal tool for storing and managing funds in the world of cryptocurrency. With them, you can store, send, and receive cryptocurrency, and also be confident in the security of your transactions thanks to blockchain technology. But remember, a wallet is not just a digital storage. This is your access to the world of cryptocurrency, and how you treat it will determine the security of your funds. Properly storing your private key, being careful when sending funds, and creating backups are essential measures to avoid losses and unpleasant surprises. Be careful and follow the security rules, and then cryptocurrency will become a reliable and convenient tool for financial transactions. That wraps up our lesson. Don't forget about security, and see you in the next lesson at Alton Academy.